to hit that guy up and be like, hey, I got a heli battery if you want to buy it. You know, hop on over.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you just notified the Zeds that were in there.
Don't care.
Alright, this is wide open fire. I'm not doing that. No way.
What happened? Who's that? Was that you?
That's me. Yeah. Oh, dang, this zombie just ate a 12 in the face. Woohoo.
There's a USG here.
There's a bison here.
Have I not got a... No, I don't. A bison. Oh, yeah, bison. Okay.
Oh, what the hell? Just shot my...
Jesus.
Oh, I just bugged out massively. Give me a second.
Yeah. No problem. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need to move fairly quickly from here. This has all been looted. Night vision scope.
Just trying to get rid of that. Oh, shit. Please tell me you have that IFAC. I'm going to need it.
The what?
I've lost a ton of blood.
Yeah. I should think so. If I had it before, I got it now. Yeah, but they're not the same. They're only pouches, actually. On this map.
No, there's a. I gave you a full IFAC.
Right, I don't think they work that way on this server.
They should.
Okay. I've got it, so no worries. It says slots for bandages. It's not
No,
the
there
same.
should be one that had
It's not the same type of thing.
That's the big one.
It's the only one.
Hmm.
Have a look. What are you doing?
I'm getting myself infusion.
Oh, you can give an infusion from it, can you?
Mm-hmm. So it has like a little using bar.
Right, well, okay, there was stuff in
So if
it.
you look at it,
There was a
if
pouch
you
as
look at
well,
it,
so there was stuff in it.
I know.
Is it still there?
It's still there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because see how the white bar's half gone?
Oh, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you can use that as an infusion.
Cool. Who's that? Is that you?
Nope.
Is there someone coming in? Someone coming into you?
Yep.
He's down. Run him. I hit him a load of times.
Got his ass.
Beautiful. I'm on con. Nicely done. I'm on con if you can come and grab us. Oof. Beautiful.
Get up. Oh, he got me.
He's got me. Someone else came up. I knew we were spending too long there, you know. I don't know why, but I just knew it. Damn
I know, but it was fun while it was.
Yeah, that was all right. Yeah, we got someone. We got one. So where are we spawning? Belota, presumably, is it? Although that's where everybody would spawn, so maybe we could try something different if you wanted.
Let's see. Which way?
Is there a Svetlo?
What's the closest
there
place
isn't.
to? What's the closest place that we know of the altar? Let's see.
To alter, fuck, Berezino, really?
Berezino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do that then.
Yeah, I was already almost dead from that first shot that guy shot at me.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an oil rig out there.
Nice.
He got you. I was like, I shouldn't have even resuscitated. I should have just let you be.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
dang,
shot you first. Shot at you
Yeah,
first.
he took me out.
Should we swim out there and have a look? While we're freshies.
I don't think we'll make it out there.
Yeah, of course we will.
I don't think we'll make it out there.
Yeah, of course we will.
Before we die. Before we freeze to death and die?
Yeah, I reckon. Let's give it a go.
Let me see. Might as well, we're not doing anything. That's gonna be a
And if we die, we'll
long
just
time.
respawn, you know. It's no worries. And we know we can't make it.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna eat my food and just run go all the way out there.
Right, so did I actually start? Oh, yes, I did start it. So, let's go there. Sorry, we're on a different server. I can't even remember the name of it now. Can you tell me what it is? Red something.
Freedom 35.
Say again, Red.
Freedom 35.
Freedom. Freedom! Freedom 35. And we just wanted something a bit different from the last server that we were on, or the one I've just been playing on, which seems to be, you know, heavily dominated by. I'm halfway there. My water's gone yellow. My temperature's fine though. Blue, but fine. Testies. Oh, I've gone yellow food.
Yeah, I ate my food and my drink before I jumped in.
Yeah, that was sensible.
Like
As you were saying that, I was going, yeah. Do you know, that would have been fucking sensible. I didn't do that. I just ran into the water, started swimming.
I have a feeling that anything we're probably gonna find on here is gonna be a locked chest. It's gonna be the key. There's a lot of chests and stuff that I found that are all locked.
Where?
Oh, and just going into the Loda has it, Green Mountain has it, a few other places that I've randomly opened up doors.
Okay.
Military crate that was locked and couldn't open it up. This thing's way out.
Yeah, this is a lot further than I thought.
It shows you how massive it probably is.
Yeah, it didn't look that far.
No. Knowing our luck, probably about a good 1,000 meters. But you only move at the speed when we're on water.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how you get up there. I wonder if you can get up there.
We're gonna have to find out. Yeah.
Oh, my health is going down now.
Mine's going down, but it's just from the temperature of the water. Northeast airfield, airdrop. Come on, we gotta be getting close somehow.
I think I can see military tanks on top.
I think there's something here.
Oh, I've just gone red.
Oh, I'm still white all across. Are you talking about red and food?
Yeah, red on food. I need to find the ladders pretty quick. How the hell did you swim ahead of me?
I have no idea. Ask questions. Okay, we get into the ship. The ship is broken in half.
Yeah, just stay at the bottom of the stairs for me so I can get up, so I can find them easily. Or is it just in that gap, is it?
I do believe it's the gap in the ship that gets you up there. Oh, what the heck? Just fades through the wall. Okay, there we go. Now I'm on.
You what?
Now I'm on here. Okay, you went into the other side. I went into the other side. I'm up.
You okay?
Yeah, I mean, Here, 15, 9mm.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you still on DayZ?
Yeah,
Cool, I guess I'll hop on.
you took a bit of a kip, did you?
Yeah, fucking when you got a haircut.
Ah,
Do you get to that haircut? Yeah, get a haircut. Just to drive there takes like 20 minutes, and then getting my haircut takes like an hour. Went to
Right.
the DMV. Got a new license. And we got some food.
Nice. Okay, I see. I can't remember this ship at all. I seem to. Okay. I think I've got it. Oh, no, I want to go down. Oh.
Days.
Is there anything there?
Oh, quite a bit.
Okay.
Put this building up first.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, we died. I remember now. We died. That's what I was missing. How did you get up there?
Let's check the stairs up. Oh, that right down there. You gotta jump down. No, on the other side, you gotta jump up on connexes on the other side of the building.
What? Sorry, say that again?
The connexes.
The
Jump up on the
Gonexes?
blue. Yeah, the blue connex.
Blue,
It's on the other side. You gotta go all the way around.
blue Connex. I have no idea what
You're on the
talking
right side. Okay. Come down here. Way down. Oh, you're on the wrong side. Jump up on the red thing. Right here. Stop. Jump up on that thing. See this blue connex? Jump up here and fall. Wait.
Ah, cargo box. Yeah.
And that lady, how you get up here?
Right. Is there anything left for me?
There's a lot of clothing and stuff like that I picked up one, and I think I picked up a pair of pants and a t-shirt. I think there's still some laying around.
What server you guys on?
It's
Freedom
called...
35.
What's it called again?
Freedom 35.
Freedom, yeah. Freedom Burgers. 35.
I don't think there's anything in, yeah, no, I haven't been searching. section. This is
Hmm.
we're searched about 2/3 of that entire building. And
Did you find any weapons at all?
a 9mm M4. Oh, is this the? It is. Oh, it's right there. So much cool looking stuff in there. I want it. I want it all.
What you mean? Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, and I saw the where you need the key card to get in here,
Ah, yeah.
and there's a bunch of neat little stuff in there. And I'm like, I want it all.
Oh, yeah.
You see the chest in there? It's all glowing, like it has a golden glow to it.
I haven't seen it, no.
NPX over here, where I'm at. Ooh, I just found a plate carrier. Plate carrier that already had a holster on it. Nice.
Cool. Is there any chance I could loot somewhere, please?
It wasn't just. I haven't found any like. That's. Oh, there's a helmet in here, which is better than what I have on. Here, that one can hold NVGs. M4A1 CQB buttstock. Here you go on that one. VSS.
Cool. Something.
Tactical shirt. Pistol magazine. Pouch that holds one magazine. That's funny. Admin pouch. Okay, ammo, yeah. There's an admin pouch in here. And some ammo in it. The VSS and a tactical shirt in there.
36, 42.
And my 3.9. There's a plate carrier in here. Inside the big green. And an AK 74.
Yeah, where was this, There it is.
It's super neat. Here, I'll bring you here's you a plate carrier.
Oh, nice.
That was like to eat everything on the rig.
Oh, great.
Your medical dog had vitamins. And you need a new pair of pants. There's some over here in this area.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's one of the green
God damn it.
pants. Oh, I might not make it now.
Yeah,
At least
the
I won't make it back.
swims back's gonna be fucking awful.
Oh, I won't even make it back on the swim back. I'll probably be dead by the time we get over there. I mean, I went yellow.
Yeah, you speak up again?
I went yellow in water and food as soon as I hit the boat. So I'm almost in the red now.
Alright.
Contact shirt.
I don't have anything for you, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you don't have anything either. In 1 minute.
What? Before what?
Restart.
They've only just, it was 11 o'clock they restarted, wasn't it? Oh no, maybe it's a different server, I can't fucking remember.
But I think out of everything, you might be the only one to be able to make it back to the coast live.
Yeah, and then I'll just need food straight away, you know, and then I'll die from that, so,
Right.
you know. There we go.
Oh, there it goes.
Well, that was interesting. That was kind of, we were a bit foolish to, you know, as soon as you shot the shotgun, that's it. We should have just fucked off straight away,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, it looks like they were already there, because where they approached
No,
from was behind us.
yeah,
No, they
but
approached from behind us. They
sure,
didn't come
sure.
into the main
But that
door.
was the only way in, other than the way we
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
And that was the only way in. So they could have been anywhere, like within 1,000 meters of us. Although I don't know how far the shotgun actually goes. It's fucking loud, so it could be up to 2 kilometers, you know. But the time they took to get there, that's, you know.
Yeah.
One guy arrived before the other, so I don't know. Never mind. Again, you know, we should have stuck to. I said as soon as we started the journey, I said, right, we should be a bit disciplined about this.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing we do is stop off and start looting casually.
we both did it
Boom,
too.
boom, jilly, boom. You know. Oh shit. So.
Well, I'm gonna hop over here and go get me some food.
Okay.
It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't eaten anything since 7 a.m.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll probably log off here and then I'll get on tomorrow sometime, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll see how we're doing then. Yeah. I don't know. I might have I don't know. I've already started logging on, so obviously I'll sit in there for a few minutes and see if there's new stuff keeps turning up, and if any food turns up, then hurrah, basically.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And there we go. So let's just go over here. Bang, bang, bang. Back to the one we were in, I guess.
You didn't get the memo to the call to the motherland to fight for the army.
Let me get this straight. You thought I was a Zionist?
Oh, you were.
Yeah, you got a call to the motherland, all right, to fight for Hezbollah. That's
Apparently.
That's
Did you get a notice in the mail?
I mean, you know, I really shouldn't have to say this, but no, I am not a Zionist.
Poor Sammy. The shit he's got to put up with from us infidels, eh? Holy fuck.
I say it's always amazing, like the degree of misinformation on Discord. How does that even happen?
It amazes you?
You're from the Middle East, right?
does.
You're a Jew, aren't you?
No, I thought he was on the Jewish side, not the Arab side.
Oh, shit.
It reminds me of a video.
All I have
that-
is a fucking icon.
It reminds me of well, no, you have more than that, but it reminds me of a
It's
video
lacking.
Bacon uploaded once. He asked me about the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, and I'm like, they were costly, devastating mistakes for our country. And
You
the
wonder
title
why
of the video
I
was, Sam hates soldiers and veterans. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's verbatim
why I didn't
what I
like
said.
So you wonder why I called you a Jew, man. You wonder why.
You're a bastard, Sam. Everybody knows you're
First
a
thing-
bastard.
First thing you say about a war that killed many people and desolated land is it's fucking costly. You wonder
Well,
why
I don't.
classified you.
Well, I don't mean costly in terms of financially alone. And that's not the only one.
You're always talking financials. You're always talking financials. You literally talk like my Jewish friends, like my Jewish business friends that are heavily in the financial industry.
That's probably true, but when I talk about political decisions, I probably talk about other costs more than financials first.
No, but you do lean Jewish.
I think that comment was anti-Semitic.
What?
Pro-Semitic?
What are you guys doing, man?
We're just talking.
We've
What's
been
up?
caught. Been caught.
Just
Shut up.
talking about the Jews. Something like. Does
No.
that shit ever get old?
We weren't even talking about the Jews. We were talking
that.
about financial stuff, and then Grim said, "Sam, are you you're being very Jewish or something?" And then I said,
thought Sam was a
jokingly,
Jew.
That's anti-Semitic." But we weren't
thought Sam
actually
was
talking
Jewish.
about Jewish people.
I really thought he was.
Well, okay. Now you know that I'm not Jewish.
Cool. You're back in Hezbollah, are you?
No, I don't support Hezbollah either.
And them logical people that just think that both sides just really fucked up.
I mean, it depends on what conflict we're talking about, but I think that there are problems on both sides. But if you're talking about Israel versus Palestine, I think there's more blame on the Israeli side than the Palestinian side.
I think they threw the first rock, yeah. The Palestinians kind of overreacted.
What are you saying?
I think
Grim,
I think the-
I'm gonna need you to speak more coherently.
I think when they came in there and commandeered the mosque, and then the Palestinians overreacted from Gaza. I think it was
I don't
both
think
of them at that point.
I don't think they overreacted. I think they reacted reasonably, right? So what happened is
Just fucking
that the
missiles into their
Israelis,
city?
yeah, and I'll tell you why they reacted reasonably. Because the Israelis occupied land that they didn't have
Sure.
jurisdiction over. They evicted people from their homes, and then the people that were evicted from their homes retaliated. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
I think in that case, the person who's behaving unreasonably is the person that's evicting others from land that they don't have jurisdiction over.
I don't think you
They
launch
stop.
missiles into a civilian population. You're just a piece of shit doing that kind of stuff. I don't care the fuck who you are.
I mean, I think that retaliating with missiles and gunfire is an appropriate response to an act of violence, and I consider forcefully evicting people from their homes to be an act of violence.
Israel's killed plenty of civilians.
Well, as most, as
Sure.
most reasonable, yeah, as most reasonable people do, Grim. So no, I
But
think
that's not the path.
honestly, I
It's
think
been
the
clearly
Palestinian-
not the
I think-
path, right?
I think the how do I say? I think the Palestinian response was reasonable. in the sense that, like,
So-
yeah, that's how I would that's how I would expect them to behave when they were forcefully evicted from their homes.
So they both agree to stop the violence, and then when Israel transgresses, immediately choose violence.
Yeah,
like, but they've agreed to use other methods, like all of their allies, and to literally push Israel into a comfortable place, which already happened, by the way, because of the methods that they should have used instead of launching fucking missiles and taking more lives. I mean, at that point, like I said, I don't care who you are, even if you do lose land, and forcefully they killed a few people, but they didn't like massacre, right? And they mainly just took back a mosque and certain lands, and at that point you can go to tribunals, you can lean on your allies, and you can lean on UN and other things like that. Instead, they launched fucking missiles.
You're just confused. The people that were evicted from their home have have no legal recourse, right? They can't go to an Israeli court because that area is sanctioned off from them. So they have no legal, they have no reasonable legal recourse. So the conversation that should be had is not why did the Palestinians launch rockets at Israel? The conversation that should be had is why is Israel evicting people from land that they don't have jurisdiction over? They're the ones that, I mean, they're the ones.
Talking about legal recourse. There's no jury of the land between Israel and
well, actually, again, this is another topic. This is another area that you're confused on. There is there is.
What you're failing to miss is that there's too much political pressure already in that area. And the moment that anybody spouts off in any direction, first off, it's world news, and then that political pressure, especially from someone like Israel, right, who's a nation power in the world, is getting too much political pressure for what they're doing. So once again, all you gotta fucking do is leak it out on some fucking TikTok film, some shit happening, and Israel's got to change its show and its regime and its way of doing things, because that's kind of how it happens here in the 2000s.
I mean, to be honest, like, that's something.
Instead, they launch fucking missiles and killing women and children. No, you're a piece of shit if you do that. I don't care what you're doing.
So that's something that sounds great in theory. It just doesn't work in practice. I mean,
it did work. It's literally worked now. It literally worked.
Well, can I just
there could have been no missiles
just
launched.
Listen for 2 seconds, and you'll understand what people are saying. It doesn't work in practice because what's going to happen is Israel's just going to continue doing what it has been doing.
Sure.
So, like, the whole point is that here, I really wouldn't even say that the Palestinians are at fault. The party that's at fault here is the initial transgressing party. And the question that needs to be asked is, why does Israel repeatedly violate ceasefire agreements first? Why does Israel repeatedly expand illegal settlement projects first? And why does Israel repeatedly grant land to people in areas that are outside of its jurisdiction? Those are the important questions. I think that the Palestinian response, responding with violence when an act of violence is committed again, and by the way, the right to resist occupation is a right that's granted under international law to all parties. Even international courts would agree that the Palestinians acted lawfully, by the way. So you have no understanding of international law, number one. You have no background on what happened on the conflict on both sides, number two. You got the initial account of the events wrong, number three. Why don't you just, not talk about shit that you have no idea about? That would help you, right?
Regardless of oppression, I understand that out of it, and most people actually did leave, especially after the mosque got taken, right? And the other side of it is those people have been getting treated that way for the past 30 years, and I totally get it. But then when it comes down to taking other people's lives, right? In my personal opinion here, Sam, that if you're going to launch missiles from Gaza Strip over that shit, fucking civilian population, because of what they did to your civilians, then you're a piece of shit and you're no better than the Israelis. Probably even worse, because you chose to do it after, and you said, you know what? If they're gonna do that, why not just put the political pressure on them? Like I don't know what just fucking happened to actually take out Benny and do those things. So it's simple, the fact of step it up in a new future where you don't have to launch missiles into a civilian population. And for any reason doing that, except for some really extreme reasons, like the world is ending, don't fucking do it. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit, in my opinion. So if you honestly think that way too, then I'll lump you in with that piece of shit group too, man. No offense.
I mean, look. Can I ask you something? Do you think that the Israelis are pieces of shit? Because if the standard is most civilian casualties, they've killed more, both by percentage and by money.
Yeah, they didn't act accordingly.
Yeah,
they cast the first stone.
I guess what I just disagree
Cast the
with
first stone with segregation.
what I disagree with is just that I don't think it's they're not on equal moral standing. There's one side here that's on a drastically worse moral standing, both
Doesn't
in
matter.
terms of quantity and. Well, I think that does matter actually. Right? I
Really?
think it does
So
matter.
at what point does a standing equalize where you're just saying, okay, cool, let's start launching missiles at those motherfuckers?
I think at the point where you indiscriminately kill civilians, at the point when you use white phosphorus on women and children, at the point when you don't respond to international mandates. Yeah. Look, I think political violence is sometimes justified. I don't want civilians to die. I don't think it's a good thing for civilians to die, but I think it's an unreasonable expectation to have of the Palestinians that they should just die quietly. Right?
Die quiet. They should just die quiet.
Somebody-
I'll just
Somebody who
just
works closely with people here that
yeah.
heavily Jewish people that like to go to Israel at times, a better way about people, and people that come here from Israel in the medical space, right? And there's a lot of them. I'd say respectfully, they're really nice people. That's fine. The stuff that happens over there in that country, the way that they treat Palestinians is horrible. And I think it continuously needs to be put on public stage. And because it's been on the public stage for so long, have actually been getting pushed to the wayside, which means that they're basically ruining their country from the inside out because everybody's got a fucking cell phone video and a fucking Instagram account. And so it's the more than stuff that kind of leaks out in that direction, and your country suffers as a whole. The pressure that you can take from a political standpoint and from a social standpoint is sometimes far more devastating than sometimes missiles entering your fucking city.
I'll tell
and
you,
that's kind of the way things work nowadays.
I'll tell you what the truth is. It's not going to matter in the long term. Like, it's not going to be substantial.
Already had a regime change. It did matter.
I'll tell you why it's not going to matter. And you can listen to the reasons and choose to disagree with them or agree with them. It's not going to matter because Israel is going to be supported indiscriminately by the United States, no matter what it does, right? And Israel got their military aid reinstated while they were bombing and killing women and children in Gaza during the crisis. They're in the same week almost. So the truth is, like, any talk that's going to happen in Israel now about a two-state solution or about ending illegal, it's all just going to be lip service. They're going to get their aid from Washington no matter what they do. So it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Israel's already condemned by most of the world. The truth is they strategically have the only important ally that they need, which is the United States. Now, I would like for our policy on Israel to change. I think there are ways that it could, and that would be better for everyone. I just don't have the expectation it will, based on history.
Countries treat each other that way. I think that it's better to have more of a social response to those things, to say, you know what? Biden wants to continue aiding the Israelis. It's fine. It's just going to hurt his term. It's going to hurt the way things happen. If Israel wants to keep on treating Palestinians that way, which they have been, continuously hurting them, the people that I've talked to about this, especially some Israelis, know this. And it's the most devastating blow that they can take when it comes to a first world society. When guns really are the secondary, or maybe one of the last measures. It comes down to saving face and having good trade.
No idea.
That's going to breed the quality of your citizens, and it's going to breed the quality of your country and hit your goals that you want to hit. And hopefully your re-election, if it's a in that way. Me, I think that's just more of a devastating blow at the end of the day. And if you're gonna, I just don't see reason to launch a missile on the civilian population. Just don't see it, Sam.
Well, how about this? I mean, let's take it step by step. Do you think political violence is ever justified?
And the political violence is being taken.
No, I'm just saying in any circumstance, like an abstract circumstance, do you think that political violence is ever justified?
It can be, yes, in some really extreme
Sure.
considerations, yes.
Sure. And the circumstances people generally use when they're talking about political violence being justified, they typically talk about acts of violence being committed against them, right? Look, here's the way I look at it, generally, and I look at those kinds of things. Well, a lot of times I'll put myself in the position of those people. But here's the idea. We have a social contract in place generally when it comes to like adhering to the law, or when it comes to treating one another peacefully, or when it comes
Oh,
to,
the cucks are sitting inside.
or when it
One
comes
second.
to all,
Why do you gotta do that?
or when it comes to like all of those things.
Cucks.
Anyway, Concrete, be quiet, right?
Sit inside.
So the point is just that I think once that social
Four
contract has been
cucks.
violated,
Nothing to talk
I think
about.
there is reason.
Just
there,
mute
there
him.
is
I hear you, Sam. I got a
There is-
retarded bird in my ear.
Yeah.
Somebody mute him.
Yeah, just all right. We got him.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
So I think the point is that look, if Israel is not going to respect peace and is not going to end the illegal settlement project and is not going to stop killing women and children in the occupied territories, it doesn't make any sense for me to say something like I want the Palestinians to believe peacefully. Because I'll be frank with you, I wouldn't behave peacefully in that instance. If somebody bombed me or bombed people I cared about, or tried to occupy my home, or tried to kill people I care about, I would pick up arms against them too. And I think that resisting occupation should be a right granted to those kinds of people.
Moreover, whenever the Palestinians have done something that is peaceful, like the march to the wall that they did, I think it was like 2 years ago, things like BDS, they come down on them hard, and the Israelis have even used the term peace offensive when referring to the peaceful actions that the Palestinians have taken, right? So, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I mean, let's if we just cut to the chase, just cut to straight to brass tacks.
I don't think that's possible for you to do.
Israel has no intention of negotiating for peace, right?
I think they do.
I mean, the Zionist Jews just want to take as much land as they possibly can, and they want to use the language of diplomacy while implementing the policies of war, and that's what they've been doing for the past 30, 40 years.
But,
And they've been
but
doing
Sam, listen.
But now they're on a regime change.
It's
But Sam, you got to remember that.
nothing
if-
substantial
if-
is going to change.
Yeah, Sam, you
What's
got to
interesting
remember
about
that.
that regime change is that when they voted when the Knesset or whatever their parliament is called voted to vote in the new guy and vote out Netanyahu, there was for the first time Palestinian representation, and they voted for the new guy. They're in cahoots with each other. They're up to something. I don't understand why, because the new guy seems to be really anti-Palestinian, for lack of a
Well, no, they've already
concept.
they've already lost because
Weird
they
stuff is going on.
they've already lost because the new guy that they're electing isn't Yair Lapid, the guy who wanted a two-state solution, who they said had a month to form a new government, did it in a little under 2 weeks, and they still brought out this other fucking guy. So they've already lost. The fix is in. This is like when Putin does the Russian sweep and puts one of his cronies in office, falls back.
Yeah,
There's not going to be a two-state solution.
Yeah, I said, there's no expectation you would have that anything would change there. But there's
My
actually
expectation is this, Sam, to respond to you is that more has been done with a cell phone, right, last year than with a gun in a lot of ways, and I think we're noticing that change, and I think as more and more we push that way, especially with what we just saw, I think we saw what happens more with the media and a cell phone than launching missiles, and that's all I'm trying to say is that if you're honestly going to be doing that, then you're failing.
I think we're talking past each other. Hold on, we're talking past each other on one thing. There might be a conversation to be had as to what the most effective method to use practically is, right? But that's a different conversation from saying whether or not they have a right to defend themselves. Those are different conversations.
I never debated that.
Yeah,
I just debated the fact that my opinion is the way you defend yourself, cowardly piece of shit way by launching a missile into a civilian population.
Look, the whole point is here, why are the Palestinians criticized for that, though? The problem here is clearly Israel. The problem isn't the people firing $300 rockets that for the most part get intercepted by a defense system. The problem is excuse me, just wait for a second. The problem is here, we have to understand between these two parties, who is the primary problem? And the problem is the party that continually violates ceasefires, Israel, that continually expands illegal settlements, Israel, and that continually escalates the conflict. So it's just all about the framing. Look, if you want to say something like, I don't like it when Hamas kills civilians, you know what? I don't like it when anybody kills civilians. But who is the problem here? It's clearly more Israel than Hamas.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue that against that. Really, that's pretty clear. But Sammy, you said earlier regime change. I don't think it's going to go it needs to go to that extent. I think like South Africa is an analog. Once the U.S. is in a political situation like they were with South Africa, where they could no longer possibly continue to side with South Africa and basically protect them with vetoes, the whole thing came crumbling down, and I think that's what's going to happen with Israel. I don't think
That's
it's
not
going
going to
to come
happen
to a
with
regime
Palestine.
change.
That's not going to happen with Palestine because,
It's gonna
like,
happen with
if you
Israel,
know,
unfortunately.
well, yeah, that's not going to happen with Israel Palestine because if you look at the way people, like the probing questions people ask, and I'm sure they ask the same things with South Africa and then, like, Nelson Mandela and all that. They'll ask stuff like, "Oh, is this Palestinian group anti-black? Are they pro-LGBT? What are their views on trans people? How do they feel about the proletariat?" And it'll go on and on like that. Like, honestly, you can use identity politics to paint these people as villains. It's easy to do it. It's already been happening. And the people who support Israel for the reasons they support Israel aren't going to buck back on not supporting Palestine. Couple that with the fact that, just like Grim said, people are just going to say, "Oh, you guys got to stop bombing. You got to stop shooting nukes or shooting rockets into buildings." That's a small group of people. So the rest of those people are destroyed because they have a group of people within their in-group. They just keep fucking it up for them.
I mean, the way that I look at it, Sam, is that they're both equally at fault. The moment that you respond with that violent action, then now you're equally at fault. And the way I look at it is this: is you got a bunch of people, right, in modern society, and they decide to go handle their shit out in the street, and now they're firing.
How are they
guns at
both
each
equally
other.
at fault? Actually, that's because like,
And the way I
Israel
look at this,
has
I'm answering. I'm literally answering it. So the way I look at some motherfucker pops his gun off at you, and you start to choose to whip out your gun and start shooting back at him in a fucking populated area without actually thinking about your fucking action. And then I get to look at both of you and go, "You're both fucking idiots."
That's not analogous because the Hamas leadership isn't elected like that. The Israeli leadership
care.
So no, again, like, you just don't strike me as an intelligent person when you say serious.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all, bro.
Look,
That doesn't make sense.
The whole,
right?
Yeah,
You might be a pacifist.
Well, I don't think. Well,
there's no good analogy, and yes, I am very much a pacifist because I don't find.
To be honest, I
violence in
think
the modern
pacifists are mostly dumb pussies. But anyway, look, let's just talk about accountability.
Put you through a wall. It's fine.
I'll
It's not
just,
a problem.
yeah, let's just talk about it. No, I don't think you would ever do that, right?
Oh my god.
You sound like way too much of a pussy to ever do that. Hold on. Let's just go back to the topic. Let's just go back to the topic for a second, right? We can get back to what we were discussing prior.
Dear.
The point is that, look, there's no way that these people are equally as accountable. You have one side that continually instigates the conflict first. You have one side that continually violates international law first. And you have another side that largely retaliates. Unless you don't think that retaliating using violence is a justified response to violence. Right?
You haven't even discussed
they're not
nature of conflict, right? The response to violence is really symbolic. You consider how asymmetrical the conflict is. Like, you're not being honest if you're thinking that one guy pulls out a gun and some guy shoots back.
But to be honest, this is all besides the point because you wouldn't blame the Ugandan populace for whatever the fuck Idi Amin decided to do, right? Because he's not a democratically elected head of state. He's a dictator. The Hamas, the people in the people in Palestine don't elect Hamas leadership, right? If they want to go against these people, they're killed. It's just a bullshit analog, to be honest with you.
Well, now I'm trying to analog it specifically opinion, right, of somebody who is just being a shitty person.
I think your opinion.
That's all I'm saying.
Like,
that's fine, Sam. That's fine, Sam.
No
but the point
intelligent
is that
analysis.
if you have missiles being launched from the Gaza
are on equal moral standing, right?
Wait, Grim.
People need to be tried in different ways for different atrocities and be.
Well,
and be put
what
on
did you
public
mean when you
display
said
in different
equal?
ways?
You said equally as bad. Yo,
That is that my cow populations, and if a Palestinian regime or by the populace or something like that, and they say, yeah, that's the right thing to do, right? Which is kind of what you're saying is. I would agree with that kind of retaliation. Then I would say that's a piece of shit, cowardly, pussy move, dude.
I mean,
like,
that's just look. That's
look. Hold on.
It's just a retarded view, though. Look, it just absolutely look. You have one. You have. So don't say I'm advocating, because then you're putting words in my mouth, right? And that's actually very typical of Zion. That's actually
know
very
what I mean.
typical of Zion. So, well, no, you didn't finish your sentence, but you put words in my mouth, so I'm going to cut you off, right? This is exactly what I said. What I said is that I don't like it when either side kills civilians, but they're just obviously not equally as bad. They're obviously not equally pieces of shit, as you would say. I'm not. I'm not actually.
retaliation
First of
was
all, I'm
violent.
not. I'm not. I'm not advocating, because I'm not sure if that's the best response for them. All I'm saying is just that. All I'm saying is just that the Palestinians are justified in resisting occupation. To be honest with you,
What other way can they do it?
To be honest,
They're demonized if they throw rocks. They're demonized if they support
hold on.
BDS. They're
Just,
demonized if they peacefully protest at the wall.
Given the fact that the fucking Zionist Jews have no problem bombing women and children, that the fucking Zionist Jews have no problem using chemical weapons on fucking kids, yeah, dude, I don't think that it's a problem for the Palestinians to launch rockets in civilian areas, because Israel has been doing that for years. And I think if it's the case that you're dealing with a side that has no moral issue with killing your civilians, yeah, I'm not going to cry when they kill your civilians as well.
Oh,
right?
36.
Well, you know what? You can go cry about that at home. I don't care.
I'm probably not passive.
You can go into get into the fetal position at home and cry your fucking tears there. I'm talking about who deserve or what people deserve. I'm talking about what's an appropriate response there, right? You can cry on your own time.
Inside, I think.
Wait, who are you designating as the smart motherfucker? Who is that?
The problem is Grim. That doesn't work because policy doesn't change, man. That doesn't work. The problem. It's not changing. The opposition party. The opposition party wasn't elected. You just have evidence of the contrary. Look, hold on. They actually maintained most of their aid. The problem is,
what they just
hold on,
did.
wait for a second. The problem is.
Okay, yeah, good hit. Shots that far away, I suppose. Oh, magazine pouch, good news. I think I've got one more space. Bang. Well, it'd be just really nice to find one can. Just one can is all I need. And then just got a feeling people are coming over. What's that blue? Where is it? Find where the blue thing is. Not there. That's over here. same thing. Okay. Is it going night again already? Oh, maybe that's daytime. Into there, into there. Thought I'd been here. I'll be honest. Okay, done that. Okay, that's everything you get. So 42. Okay then, thank you very much, whomever it is that is staying with me. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to log off around the back here. So yeah, around the back here. What a wonderful sea view. Oh, in fact, I'm going to try and log off in the game first. So thank you so much. And thank you for the likes.